The lady in my dreams, I would be lying if I said I know her entirely from point A to Z. As a matter of fact, I don't even know whether she would be shy to look me straight in the eyes for a minute. I don't know what she does in her free time. I don't even know whether she likes chocolate. I just assume every girl does. I have heard from a friend that she likes ice cream. What flavor? That I'm not sure. Chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla often works for them. The girls, my best friend once stressed during one of our conversations about the girls we like. But at least I know enough to draw to a selfish conclusion, beyond reasonable doubt, that she is a good person judging from the way she portrays herself to be in my dreams. She loves traveling and likes movies. Her name is Nancy. She says Nancy is a selfless being, and her volunteer attitude only tells a brief story about her kindness that seems to know no boundaries. Her desire for success can only be rivaled by her passion for God. She identifies as a born-again Christian who isn't afraid to opt for an outing on a Friday that also has an overnight at church. She isn't tall and not fat. I'm, however, also not 100% sure she qualifies to be described as small or modest enough in height to be called short. Her skin tone is a balance between chocolate brown and dark, and with a small diastema, her smile is quite contagious. Nice and sweet. I wish I could see in real life, but all I get are flashback memories of her smiling in my dreams. Memories that keep getting fuzzy by the day, given the randomness of her appearance. From a jumbled cutbacks on my first dream about her, because of fate, we first met at a common ground a couple of years ago, most probably at a workplace, but I can't bet my hand on it. My memory retention of dream details hasn't always been good, but it wasn't until later that we morphed from just being acquaintances to being friends, although a bit distant. Our few once-in-a-while interactions, which are often brief, conversation gradually evolved from just being general to opening up on a few personal secrets, during which she learned that I have a crush on her. Being the private kind of person that seems to be, Nancy speaks so little of herself, and in proximity, with a nice soft voice, I could listen to her talk all day. I'm not sure she knows how to sing, but I know she loves music, mostly old music and especially ballads. I don't know if she's a fan of country music like I am. In one of those dreams, I remember walking in on her to find her humming "That's the Way It Is" by Celine Dion. A woman of principle, with great value and regard for friendship, she seems to be. She's loyal but not perfect, although I find it fairly hard to believe. She says she is very compromising. Observing from a relative distance, I have come to learn that she is a social person when she meets the right people. She is basically a free spirit, very careful with the way she chooses her words. Not to hurt the feelings of others, but also bold enough to say it to your face when hit you a nerve. Do or say something inappropriate in regard to her standards and beliefs. Like any other human being, she isn't perfect. Knowingly and unknowingly, she has left a trail of a few small but significant unfulfilled promises. And yet despite that, I still want her appearing in my dreams. That's how smitten I am with her. Nonetheless, much as she would be a catch, I'm also not oblivious to the fact that I'm not in position to give her the kind of life she deserves or desires. Like guys often put in a guy talk, she's out of your league. It's a painful fact to live with, only watching from a distance, in admiration and envisioning what could have been but isn't. Isn't it funny how distant things or people attract our attention? So much that we can't forget them, even when we know we cannot reach them. You can only stretch your hand so far to reach whatever it is you want, but we all know you cannot always get what you want. I guess that's why some things are so far away from us, to always remind us that. Like a shooting star, the lady in my dreams is unreachable. Dreams are just illusions of our own fantasies and fallacies. Some people call them the subconscious life of our minds, but whether that's true or not, we all know that not all dreams come to pass like we get them. Like many, I used to believe that the shooting star is a sign of luck, something that would bring you the unexpected as long as you asked when you saw it. To be honest, I believed it so badly that I made my own wishes to it a couple of times in regard to the lady in my dreams. But guess what? I have nothing to show for it. Perhaps I wasn't lucky myself, or the shooting star isn't as lucky as we think it is. But then again, it all feels so real sometimes, like it's actually happening. It feels more than just a dream, like we are actually living the moment. It's not until I'll kick my blankets aside, oftentimes when the alarm goes off, or when my housemate on the opposite side of the room wakes up to take his early morning bath, that I slap myself in the face. I slap myself, Mad that I woke up at that opportune moment. It's annoying in the very moment when you're actually trying to replay some of the moments or trying to grasp where it actually ended before you forget any of it. Details of dreams can slip out of your mind almost as fast as they came in. They're like an idea that clicks into your mind as water flows down your body while in the shower. It can easily slip out and you won't even remember any bit of it, almost as if it never happened. Yes, that's the beauty and ugly side of some of the things we can't control in our lives. Things like the dreams. If only you could say those words again. The words that you once said that continue to linger in my head. Someday, I want to meet the person in me that suffers the horror and torment of some of my dreams, but also enjoys the fun in them sometimes. For the country music lovers, allow me dedicate you this song. I Lived It by Blake Shelton. Hi everyone. This is Robert K. Circles. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, I'd be incredibly grateful if you could take a moment to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. Give us a like on your favorite podcast platform. Leave a comment letting us know what you thought. We love hearing your feedback. And if you know someone who might enjoy the show, please share it with them. Your support means the world to me and helps us reach more listeners. Thanks again for being a part of the Robert K. Circles community. Until next time, take care.